Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Anyways, hey guys, Gemmygodz here, and what you're looking at is yet another university mascot from the University Mascots collection from Gemmy. This time, we're taking a look at the Duke Blue Devils mascot. Now, you may think that this is another typical university mascot, but there's something pretty unique about this one compared to most other Duke mascots you might have seen on eBay. And if you haven't guessed already, it's the eyes. Notice how both of them are looking sideways rather than being cross-eyed, like the more common variant is. Yes, this is the first gen, sideways eyes looking Duke Blue Devils University mascot. Now this is one of those items that has an extremely rare variant of an otherwise pretty common Gemmy item, and I dare say that the Duke mascot is among those items. I mean, take a look at the Three Stooges animated golf scene from the pop culture series. It's a common Gemmy item that has an extremely rare variant that was in fact produced and released. At first, it may seem like it was an unreleased prototype, but once you start to see a few of them on eBay, you start to realize that, hey, this rare variant is much more valuable than the otherwise common version that I see more often on eBay. Yeah, this item pretty much falls into that category. Yeah, this is a first-gen Duke Blue Devils mascot because the eyes are looking sideways, and on most other Duke Blue Devils mascots, the eyes are looking crossed. And those ones are far more common than the sideways-looking eyes ones. So if you have a sideways-looking eyes Duke mascot, consider yourself lucky, Duke fans out there. To clarify, I might as well show you how many pictures there are of the sideways eyes-looking version of the Duke mascot in existence. Yeah, judging by how many pictures there are of this version alone, you can tell that this is a pretty rare variant of an otherwise very common Gemmy item. Anyways, I got this off eBay, and yeah, it did come with its original demo batteries, which surprisingly still worked, but I wasn't going to take any chances with that, so I just took the batteries out immediately and replaced them. No questions asked. Now this mascot is actually unique compared to the other mascots in the collection because, unlike the other mascots, it has a removable accessory, and that will be the cape here. See, it has some Velcro right there. You can... Here, let me show you real quick. See? And you can take off the cape. I'll give you a look at the cape real quick. It has the Duke logo on it. See? Alright, hang on while I get the cape back on. Now, for those who didn't get the memo, this was one of the mascots I was on the lookout for. It was one of the ones I decided to get. This variant in particular because it's actually more rare than the more common version with cross eyes, like I just said. So, as you might have guessed, it took quite a while to get this variant, and I'm glad I got it. It was on eBay for quite a while, and when it first appeared, I was pretty doubtful I was going to get it. But, after a few months, it was still there, so I figured, hey, after downsizing a bit on my collection and getting some money on my own, I figured I'd spend it on getting a rare variant of the Duke University mascot, which is exactly what I did. So I'm very lucky to have this item in my collection. Of course, this being the rare variant, my chances of getting the cross-eyed version were more likely than getting the sideways eyes version. And that's all I have to say for this guy. His arm didn't need to be repaired. His arm waves just fine. But anyways, this mascot waves his right arm and dances to the Duke Blue Devils fight song and shouts the "Let's Go Duke" cheer. So without further ado, we'll show him in action, so here we go. And on a side note, most first-gen mascots tend to have the feet broken off from the legs. That's a little interesting trivial fact you might want to know about these. So, if you have a first-gen university mascot, with or without the box, if both feet are intact, then it means that the previous owner took very good care of it. Because I've seen first-gen mascots that had at least one of the feet broken off by the ankle joint below. So the foot was basically snapped off. This was pretty much the case for my University of Alabama mascot because his foot was broken off, so I'd assume from that it was a first gen. I've never really seen a broken foot on a second or third, or maybe even a fourth gen of the University mascots, as far as I know. So it's nice to see that the previous owner took excellent care of this animatronic, and there's no way in hell I'll ever destroy this mascot, the Alabama mascot, or pretty much any of the mascots that I own for that matter, because they are actually unique, valuable collectibles. And while that may not be the case to some people, that applies to people like me. People who actually care about animatronics, collectibles, and actually see the value in some of the rarest animatronics on the face of the earth. So yeah, this guy's legs are in great shape too. Came with the squeeze my hand tag. There's not much else to say, so I might as well just show this guy in the sitting position, and then I'll show it up standing again up close, so I'll be right back. Alright, now here's the Duke mascot sitting. Alright, now before I show this guy one last time, I'm going to give you an overview of him. Up close, and there you go. There's the face of the character. And as you can obviously see, both eyes are sideways rather than crossed. Like I said for like the 5th time already, the cross-eyed version is much more common because the second and third gens, by the way, are the ones that are cross-eyed. It's always the first gens that are sideways looking like this one. So keep that in mind. So if you have this exact variant of the Duke mascot, consider yourself lucky. Because he is very rare. Like I said, it's a very rare variant of an otherwise pretty common Gemmy item. Alright, and then the suit. And this one's tag is not on the legs. It's actually on the right under the, it's right on his, right underneath his belt. It's not on the leg. But anyways, here's the, here's the cape. I showed you it's removable. The cape with the Duke logo. That's pretty cool. So you could remove it, and maybe you can even customize it if you wish. Whoop. Yeah, this guy is a bit top-heavy. Because, yeah, some of the mascots can be top-heavy as well. Especially first gens. Because they tend to either, especially on hard, smooth surfaces, sometimes they'll either fall back or fall forward, depending on which way the head is leaning, in either this way or this way. But anyways, here's the Duke mascot in action one last time. Both fight song and cheer. So here we go. And there you go, guys. That's the Gemmy animated first gen, very rare, sideways looking eye variant of the Duke University mascot from the University Mascots collection. Hope you enjoyed this video.